Did this movie actually come out on Mother's Day for anyone? Because I don't know about the rest of the world, but we had our Mother's Day like months ago. Mother's Day. So Mother's Day stars Jennifer Aniston, Julia Roberts, Kate Hudson, Jason Sudeikis, Britt Robertson, Timothy Olyphant, probably mispronouncing his name there, Shay Mitchell and Jack Whitehall. And it's directed by Gary Marshall, who directed Pretty Woman, Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve. So just like Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve, Mother's Day is full of these different stories that somehow connect together. Or characters meet other characters that are connected to other characters. And the storylines in this movie are Jennifer Aniston has 2 sons. She's recently been divorced from her husband, who has recently married a young 20-year-old girl. Then there's Jason Sudeikis, whose wife has recently passed away, leaving him alone with his 2 daughters. And while one of his daughters has now got a boyfriend, they are struggling with the fact that this is going to be the first Mother's Day they have without their mum. Kate Hudson's story is that she never talks to her mum and dad. They had an argument because she was dating an Indian lad, and so she moved away. She's now married to that guy. She has a son with that guy. She lives next door to her sister, who's also a lesbian, who hasn't told her parents that she's a lesbian. But then, surprise, the parents turn up and then all the shit breaks loose. As for Britt Robertson's story, she doesn't know who her mum is, which is given away in the trailer. And finally, Julia Roberts is a very successful TV personality who always puts business first. And they're all the stories in this movie, and because there are so many stories in this movie, so much is happening, so much is thrown at the screen, that you just don't care. Or in this case, you don't get time to care about any of the stories before they jump over to another one. The stories that I could get on board with was maybe Jennifer Aniston and Jason Sudeikis, mainly because they starred in We're the Millers, and you can see that they do have good chemistry on screen together. But Jennifer Aniston's character is so boring that I really didn't care about her. And Jennifer Aniston did try to bring something to this role, but it just didn't seem to work. To be honest, I think Jason Sudeikis' story is the only one I really cared about. He just lost his wife, he's been left alone with his 2 daughters. One of his daughters is growing up and now dating guys. Or one guy, but still, that's a scary thing for a dad. I did like Britt Robertson and Jack Whitehall's story, but again, because they keep jump cutting between other characters, you lose interest in their story, and when they pop back up, you're like, oh yeah, I liked your story a minute ago. What's happening again? I will say it is interesting seeing Jack Whitehall in quite a serious role. I mean, he does play a comedian and he does do some jokes that are supposed to be funny, but I don't think they're written by him, so they're not all that great. For a chuckles, for sure, but nothing that makes you laugh out loud. But I've never seen him in a serious role before, so it was interesting seeing that. But the story I just could not get on board with, the story I did not give a shit about, was Kate Hudson's story with her parents. And it doesn't help that her parents are the most racist parents you could ever see on film. They're awful in this movie and so over the top that it's just ridiculous and laughable. Not laughable in that it's funny, laughable in that it's terrible. It doesn't help that the performances aren't all that great, which is really hard to say considering there is such good talent in this movie. I feel like this is basically just a paycheck movie for each of these actors. And there are so many references to other things like Pretty Woman and Friends. They were so blatantly thrown in your face that you just could not give a shit about it. Like most of the time when a reference is nicely slipped into a movie and you manage to notice it, you get a bit happy about it, which makes you enjoy the movie just that little bit more. Whereas this movie just goes Friend reference, Pretty Woman reference, and it just hurts your brain. In the end, guys, Mother's Day is awful. Probably one of the worst movies I've seen this year. It's not well directed, it's poorly written, the acting is okay, but there's so many stories going on that you don't get time to even care about these characters. And so for all of that, I have to give Mother's Day 1 star. So just like Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve, this movie isn't great, so you can definitely skip out on it. However, if you did enjoy those 2 previous movies, then you might enjoy this movie. So, Mother's Day, have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends. If you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks ever so much again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.